Indian English writer. He was born at Kasuli in Himachal Pradesh. He got Sahitya Academy Award in 1992 and Padma Shri in 1999 for his literary works. In the Eyes Have It, the writer Ruskin Bond gives us a journey in a train compartment, gives us the picture of a journey in a train compartment. The narrator is himself a blind person. The narrator, when the narrator is traveling in an empty train compartment, he met a girl. She is also blind. Narrator knew about the girl when the girl get off the train. When she reached his destination, the another person entered into the train compartment, and she knew from the person that the girl had beautiful eyes, but she did not use it. The narrator had been traveling alone in an empty train compartment. At Rohona, a girl boarded into the train compartment. A couple bade her goodbye, and the couple had explained everything what would be good for her traveling. The couple probably was her parents. The couple gave her detailed instructions while seeing her off. As the narrator was blind, he could only guess about the appearance of the girl, but he understood that she wore slippers. From the way they slapped against her heels, the narrator continued guessing about the girl's appearance. Meanwhile, he liked her voice, even the sound of her slippers. He started a conversation by asking about her destination. The girl felt surprised, as she had not noticed anyone's presence in the train compartment. When the girl said so, the narrator thought the people with good eyesight were often careless about what was in front of them. However, he replied that he also had not seen her, only heard the sound when she entered. The narrator tried to hide that he was blind. The girl informed that she would get off at Saharanpur. When the narrator learned that her aunt would come to receive her, he displayed pseudo fear about formidable aunts. Being asked by the girl, the narrator informed that he was going to Mussoorie through Dehra. At this, the girl expressed her deep fascination about Mussoorie, especially in October. The narrator's sweet memories awakened those of the girls as he called up the wild dahlias, the delicious sun, drinking brandy, brandy, drinking brandy by log of fire at night. The narrator felt ashamed. The narrator felt a bit of ashamed as he thought his overwhelming reaction might seem a romantic stupidity. He asked about the landscape outside. The girl wanted him to look outside the window himself. He pretended to look outside and described the landscape from memory. Now we are going to read the lines from the text. Ruskin Bond is a widely read writer of Indian origin who writes in English. The setting of the most of his stories are the hills of Himalayas. His writings are based on the hills of Himalayas. Among his first notable works, The Room of the Roof, The Angry River, Rain in the Mountain. I had the train compartment to myself up to Rohana. I had the train compartment to myself to Rohana. The narrator, the writer, had been traveling in the train compartment. He was from Rohana. Then a girl got in. The girl boarded the train. The couple who saw her off, bade her goodbye. Were probably her parents. They seemed very anxious. Her parents seemed very anxious about her comfort, and the woman gave the girl detailed instructions. The woman instructed the girl as to where to keep her things, where to put her things, where to keep her things for safety, when not to lean out, when not to bend down out of the windows, how to avoid speaking to strangers. She should not speak to any strangers. They called their goodbyes. They bade her goodbyes. The train pulled out of the station. The train started from the station. As the narrator was totally blind at that time, his eyes are sensitive to light and darkness. I was unable to tell. The narrator was unable to tell what the girl looked like. The narrator was unable to express about the girl's appearance. But the narrator knew that she wore slippers the way they slapped against the heels. It would take me some time to discover something about her looks. The writer took some time to discover about the girl's appearance, and perhaps I never would. He did not discover anything about the girl, but I liked the sound of her voice. The narrator liked the sound of the girl's voice, and even the sound of her slippers. Are you going all the way to Dehra? I asked. The narrator asked if she was going all the way to Dehra. I must have a sitting in a dark corner. The narrator must have been sitting. The narrator in a dark corner must have been sitting. He sat in a dark corner because my voice startled her. Because the narrator's voice startled her, frightened her. She gave a little exclamation. The blind girl gave a little exclamation, exclaimed with wonder, and said, I didn't know anything else was here. The girl did not know anything, did not know anything, did not know anyone, had not known anyone. Well, it often happens that people with good eyesight fail to see what is right in front of them. The narrator said that people with good eyesight, failed to see what was in front of him, failed to observe what was in front of him. They have too much to take in. I suppose. Whereas people who cannot see or see very little, have to take in only the essentials. He must look only the essential things, not absurd things. He should only see the only essential things. Whatever registers most telling on their remaining senses. People with good eyesight fails to see what is in front of him. I didn't see you either, I said. The narrator said he did not see any other person. But I heard you coming. But the narrator heard that a person came in the compartment. The narrator wondered if I would be able to prevent her from discovering that I was blind. The narrator tried to conceal his blindness, provided I keep to my seat. I thought it should not be too difficult.